Sara Duterte Carpio was sworn in as the 15th Vice President of the Philippines, less than 2 weeks before the official transition of power. Outgoing Vice President Leni Robredo missed the inauguration ceremonies of her successor after attending another event in her hometown. The Health Department is set to roll out booster shots for minors aged 12 to 17 this week. Several families celebrated Father's Day at the Dolomite beach on Sunday. And Calvin Abueva gets ejected from Manila Classico in yesterday's PBA action. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Charles Lejano. The rollout of booster shots for children aged 12 to 17 years old is expected to kick off this week. This move is in line with the recommendations submitted by the Health Technology Assessment Council. However, the Health Department clarifies that they can only start booster vaccination for minors once guidelines have already been released. Health Undersecretary Mirna Cabutahe says they're just awaiting the signature of the Health Secretary Francisco Duque. The agency eyes to release the final guidelines by today.
Once the Department of Health, through the Secretary of Health, approves the recommendations of the Health Technology Assessment Council, the DOH would now draft the guidelines on how we are going to implement these booster doses for 12 to 17 years old. So ito po ang ating parang inaantay na key factor.
With the rising prices of fuel and other commodity goods, some families in the metro looked for cheaper but still enjoyable ways to celebrate Father's Day on Sunday. One of the budget-friendly options was to visit the newly reopened Dolomite Beach right in the heart of Manila. Camille Samonte has the report.
In celebration of Father's Day, many families decided to flock to the Manila Bay Dolomite Beach to relax and unwind. We chanced upon the Vital family, who wanted to celebrate this year's Father's Day in a simple but memorable way. So Vital said they went to the beach to save up on money as they don't have enough budget to celebrate the day in other venues.
Blessed, syempre. Unang-una, pagkagising sa umaga, nagpasalamat sa Panginoon. Nakita kasi namin doon sa mga sinishare ng iba naming friends tsaka mga vlogger din sa YouTube na maganda talaga yung adjustment na nangyari dito sa Manila Bay.
His wife Amita, meanwhile, expressed gratitude for her husband's dedication to provide for their family.
Napakabait niyang bilang asawa. Sobra. Tsaka masasabi ko lang salamat sa pagmamahal sa pag-aaruga na binibigay niya sa aming kumbaga lahat talaga, yung lahat na makakaya niya, ginagawa niya para maging masaya kami. Kahit simple lang, hindi ganong kagarbo pero contented kami kahit ganito lang.
As for overseas worker Noli Sedano, he said that he is happy to be back home for this day. This is the first time he's visiting his family after almost 3 years due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Napakahirap kasi siyempre, unang-una bilang OFW, nandito yung pamilya mo, siyempre ang isipin mo yung kaligtasan nila, peace and order.
Ernesto Umbas, on the other hand, got emotional as he highlighted the role of being a provider. He became jobless due to the COVID-19 pandemic, making him unable to fulfill his role. Despite this, his loved ones made sure to celebrate this day with him.
Ngayon, wala akong trabaho, pero nararaos din namin. Napalma ako kasi masaya lang dahil kahit mahirap yung buhay, naraos din namin.
The Manila Bay Dolomite Beach has been recently reopened to the public after months of closure due to rehabilitation. For News 5, Camille Samonte, We Are One News.
With about 2 weeks to go before the transition of power, Sara Duterte is finally sworn in as the Vice President of the Republic. Marian Enriquez gives us a recap of yesterday's inauguration ceremonies.
I, Sara Zimmerman Duterte,
do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and conscientiously fulfill my duties as Vice President of the Philippines.
At around 5 p.m. Sunday, Sara Duterte sworn in as the 15th Vice President of the Philippines in front of Davaoenos in Davao City.
Do justice to every man
and consecrate myself to the service of the nation.
to the service of the nation.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations and all the best, Madam Vice President.
Thank you.
With her on stage is her parents, outgoing President Rodrigo Duterte and Elizabeth Zimmerman, who held the Bible. Supreme Court Associate Justice Ramon Paul Hernando administered the oath of office for VP-elect Sara. Right after the oath-taking, she hugged her parents. Sara earlier said that she last talked to her father August of last year. Her inaugural speech lasted for 12 minutes, which centered on giving honor to God, public service, and protecting the integrity of family. Sara also shared that her childhood dream is to become a doctor, but God had led her to the field of law and eventually in public service. She was already decided to finish her third term as mayor of Davao City, but destiny had led her to the vice presidency. VP-elect Sara's inauguration coincides with the 161st birth anniversary of Filipino hero Dr. Jose Rizal. Sara pleads the public to rekindle the fire of nationalism and sacrifice among us.
Magkasama sana tayong bumangon bawat araw, kasabay ang nag-aalab na pangako sa ating mga puso na mahal natin at patuloy nating mamahalin ang Pilipinas hanggang tayo ay nabubuhay.
Sara also greeted a happy Father's Day as she pointed out that a strong and loving family are among the basic foundations for a child towards a prosperous growth. According to the VP-elect, many among the youth experienced many challenges such as broken family, abuse, bullying, and discrimination, among others. It is the family's responsibility to teach children integrity, discipline, and respect. At the end of her speech, Sara expressed her pride as a Davaoeño and as a Filipino.
Ako po si Inday Sara, a proud Davaoeña, very proud, a proud Mindanaon. Hindi ako ang pinakamagaling o pinakamatalinong tao sa Pilipinas at sa mundo. Ngunit walang makakatalo sa tibay ng puso ko bilang isang Pilipino.
Personalities close to the VP-elect are related to her inauguration and speech.
I'm very proud and very happy for
Well, nakakataas balahibo po naging mensahe ng ating Vice Presidente. Tiwala po ako, Mayor Inday Sara, VP Inday Sara, that you will be the very best Vice President that this country will ever have.
President-elect Sara Duterte captured the hearts and minds of the Filipino people whose will was honored today by her oath-taking. We can expect is a very hard-working, passionate, action-oriented, and solution-oriented Vice President and Secretary of the Department of Education.
As the night progressed, the Vice President-elect accommodated people who wants to take a photo with her. With the backdrop of the City Hall, Sara literally stood for more than 4 hours for the photo op. Some of the well-wishers queued up for 2 hours just to get a glimpse and to congratulate the incoming VP.
Matapang siya. Wala siyang inuurungan. Siya maganda din siya.
Tapang niya po at ang thoughtful niya po sa mga tao, lalo na sa mga kapwa Filipino po.
Kasi proud po kami sa kanya, tas mahal po namin ang Vice Presidente namin.
For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
Outgoing Vice President Leni Robredo led the second inaugural ceremonies of Naga City Mayor Nelson Ligacion and the 14th Sangguniang Panglungsod in Naga City on Saturday. Aside from the oath-taking ceremonies, the city also celebrated its 74th charter anniversary. In her speech, the Vice President commended local officials for pushing for good governance in the city. Robredo also urged Naga officials to help preserve the integrity of their residents and to fight efforts seeking to undermine the pillars of good governance.
Aakuon ko po sa Indo, naghadit ako kaining mga nakaaging eleksyon ta. Gulpi ang nakaobserbar kamo mismo, kam pagpurbar liwat na magamit ning kwarta para maka-impluwensya. Ang sa kuya pong perming pakiulay, padagos tang pakatamanan ang padangat ang syudad, lalo na para sa masunod na henerasyon. Maswerte po kita dahil kadaklan kan sa tuyang constituents. Pusog pa ang pagtubod asin tatao pang malindugan sa tama. Pero ang pagkahandal, yaon man giraray. Na kung dai kita magbantay, baka dai ta mamalayan na luway-luway na pala nakakabalik si klase kan politikang haloy tanang pigsikwal digdi sa Naga.
Let's fast break now to the latest in the 2022 PBA Philippine Cup. RJ Jazul stood out with a season-high performance to lead the Phoenix Super LPG past rain or shine last night. The veteran playmaker punched in 25 points, which included a 6 of 8 clip from beyond the arc. And with less than a minute left in the clock, the Elasto Painters cut their deficit to 3 with a Reynam Batak triple. But Jazul responded with his very own tray to end the game at 106-102. The Magnolia Hotshots conquered another chapter of the Manila Classical rivalry in Game 2 as they downed Ginebra 89-84. The Hotshots survived despite the ejection of Calvin Abueva with over 9 minutes left to play after incurring his second technical foul of the night. But Ian Sangalang, with a game-high 24 points and 9 rebounds, made sure to hold the fort along with the rest of Magnolia. And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us later at 9 a.m. as we monitor the day's biggest stories from sunrise to sundown. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime and anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.